Shalom on Yeshua. Read a post today on Facebook that really caught me. I want to let y'all know what it said. Shout out to Brother Tim. I got it off of his page. It said, knowledge is knowing that a tomato is fruit. Understanding is knowing that it doesn't go in fruit salad. I just wanted to kind of, I was thinking about that, and I said, that's one of the problems we have today is we have a bunch of knowledgeable people who don't have any understanding. They can't apply that knowledge. And if you don't have the ability to apply the knowledge that you have, it's useless. Like, great, okay, you are knowledgeable. You know that, let's say, they're poisoning the food supply. They've been doing it. They've been adding things into our foods that are dumbing us down, that are hurting us, that are destroying us. But your understanding hasn't caused you to do anything about it. Well, how would I show my understanding? Well, are you growing some food? Any food. As much as you can grow. Otherwise, you're willfully just killing yourself, and you're okay with it. So you have that knowledge, but you don't have the understanding to go with it. You don't know what to do with what you know. How about, the Bible says you should come out of her. Come out of her, my people. That's what y'all says. Be ye separate. Touch not the unclean thing, he will receive you. And yet we still hang around and do unclean things, hang around unclean people, live in these unclean sinners and cities that we were told to come out of. These mindsets, these ways of living. Knowledge but no understanding. Here's another knowledgeable one. I know that being single is a reproach. That's what Isaiah 4:1 is talking about. But I'm going to be single. And I ain't doing this and I ain't doing that. Well, then where's the understanding? You see, we have a ton of knowledgeable people. They know so many things. They can quote verses backwards and forwards. They can tell you what this is and that is, but they don't have anything to show from what they know. They have no understanding. They know that a tomato is a fruit, but they also don't understand that you're not supposed to put it in a fruit salad. And that's just one of the major problems that we have in this faith today, is that we are a people full of knowledge, but not according to understanding. We know a lot of stuff. There are some people that know so many things, but then you look at their lives and you can tell they have not applied a thing that they know. A thing that they have learned or know, they have not applied it. They don't have the understanding of these things. Made me think about a conversation I was having with somebody. And, she was talking about the Bible and marriage and polygyny. And she said, I know that polygyny is righteous. I know it's right. And I know those things. I just don't want to do it. And I say, hey, everyone has their perspectives. They all don't want to, we all don't, there's a lot of things that we all don't want to do. There's a lot of people I know who won't make the move and leave the cities because they don't want to. They don't want to do it. But it's hard to say that you have understanding. It's hard to say that you are actually seeking the answers for your life. Because what if that's your answer? What if polygyny, specifically polygyny, is your answer? Because we have a habit of telling Yah what it is we are and we aren't going to do. I find that, that pride in man is astounding. I ain't doing this and I ain't doing that and I'll never do this and I'll never do that. And those are likely, and I'm telling you, I've experienced this in my life countless times. Those are likely the things that you need to do. Those are likely the things that Yah is telling you to do. That's why you're vehemently fighting against it. You actually look at our ancient people. We vehemently fought against the things that Yah routinely told us to do. And told him that we ain't going to do it. Sometimes we told him we were going to do it and we didn't do it. So it's our nature. It's almost in the nature to rebel against Yah. Yah says, well, there's your answer. And you say, well, I don't want that answer. Give me a new one. He says, well, that's the answer. Give me a new one. I don't want that answer. You know, when you talk to the brothers that I roll with, I can guarantee you that the answer that we got for our lives is not the answer that we were necessarily looking for. We wanted to be, this, that, and the other. Make big time money. Live it up. And y'all pricked our heart and said, nah, you're going to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The things that you like now, the things that you are passionate about now are not going to be the things that you would have been passionate about had you stayed on the path that you were. I look at myself today, as I know many of you do, and you're like, man, I don't even recognize myself. The me today would not recognize, the me of 10 years ago wouldn't recognize the me of today. In fact, the me 10 years ago wouldn't believe that I'd be where I am, living where I am, with the family that I have, doing the things that I'm doing. But I didn't just read the book just to read it. I wanted to understand it. I wanted to do it. And he has opened up our understanding. That's kind of the problem, the problem with even reading the parables of Yeshua, which most of them are agricultural or marriage, which are two things that we suffer from in this faith today. Marriage, we have very few marriages that are actual marriages. And most people don't understand agriculture. Well, then there goes your understanding about 95% of the parables that Yeshua told. Marriage and agriculture. You can read it and know what he's saying, but do you know how to apply that to your life? Well, it's hard to apply something that you say you know when you don't even understand the premise of his parables. Parable of the sower, the types of ground, pruning. If you've never pruned, how do you know what pruning is? The only thing you can do is go and get knowledge on pruning, but you'll never understand the function of it. Why you do it, how to do it. Those things are important. Because we fill ourselves up with so much knowledge. Vain knowledge. Vain means empty in the Bible. There is the vain that means like conceited, but vain, vain understanding, vain ramblings, those are empty. There's no fruit to them. There's no substance to them. It's just, or vain repetitions. It's empty. That's what that word translates to, empty. There's a lot of vanity in this faith today. Emptiness. Externally looking good, looking the part, but inwardly dead, empty, vain. The only way you're going to get that understanding is to apply the knowledge that you are getting. And because most aren't going to apply the knowledge, most are just going to be very knowledgeable, but completely lack understanding, which means that you can't say they have wisdom. Anyways, bless y'all. I'm going to take care of this stuff. Just a little word I was thinking about and just thought I'd share with y'all. Shalom.